Good evening to all. I will start the session. So, in the last class, our topic is mainly related to data types. So, we know what is a data type, what are different types. So, under this, again, I will give you a brief idea within 5 minutes. Data type. So, simply the data type specifies the type of information. So, here I divide data types into two categories. One is the primitive data type. Second one is a non-primitive data type. One is primitive data type. Second one is a non-primitive data type. Okay. So I completed this one. Primitive data type. What are those one? Total 8 primitive data types. Remember, byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, and then boolean. These are the 8 primitive data types. Now remember, if a variable is declared with this data type, that variable can hold only one value. That variable can hold only one value. For example, int a is equal to 5. Here, a is a variable which is of type integer. That variable hold only one value. Generally, these are called primitive data type variable. So this is the thing that we had discussed in the last session. Okay. So the main unable to watch. 1 second. Everyone facing the problem?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Now this primitive data types is completed. Now moving into the next point. What is my next point? Here I am not moving to non-primitive right now. I am not moving to non-primitive right now. Before moving to that one, first my concept is typecasting. Level by level we are increasing typecasting. What is mean by typecasting? So this is completed? No, okay. Typecasting means converting one data type into another. For example, in the last class, I remember one example. Float sum a is equal to 2.3. Float a is equal to some 2.3. For this, you are getting an error. One second. For this, we are getting an error. What is the error? By default, every real number is considered as a double. By default, every real number is considered as a double. So, double value is assigned to float value. Double value is assigned to float variable. This is not possible. Why? Double has the largest value compared to float. Again, for long, some b is equal to 2.3. Long b is equal to, sorry, long b is equal to some 4. So this is also we are getting an error. So ignore this one. First I am moving to the top. What is that one? Typecasting means converting one data type into another data type. We have two types of typecasting. Two types. One is widening typecasting. Second one is narrowing typecasting. Simple example. Simple example. Int a is equal to some 3. Within my program, I declared a variable int with a value 3. Now, float some variable b. My program consists of two variables. One is an integer variable, second one is a float variable. B is equal to A. What happened? Now, what is the value of B? Now, value of B is equal to 3.0. By default, 3.0, not a problem. Okay, I will move practically. Everything, even the very minute point, you have to do practically. Notepad, class, assume my program name is some data types. Assume my program name is data types, public, static, void, main. Everyone remember this syntax blindly. Whenever it is required, I will explain. Right now, not a problem. Okay. Int A is equal to some value 3. Float, first to declare the variable B and then assign, or else directly you can assign the single statement. For your understanding, I am assigning B is equal to A. Now print the value system dot out dot println system.out.println A is equal to the statement that we written in double quotation exactly printed. Now for this we are attaching a variable A. Now the value in A is printed. Now system.out.println B is equal to plus B. For our understanding, I am writing close the main method, close the class. Now, save this program. So, you will save this program in batch 32. Java. Here. So, my program name is data types. Already completed. Okay, suppose I will change data types 1.java. Suppose change the name or else use this name for easy understanding. Typecasting. My class name is typecasting dot java. Here you need to change this one. The class name and program name same typecasting dot java. Clear? Okay. Just now I written a simple program. You already know the procedure. Command prompt. So within the command prompt, go to the drive, that is the path where your Java file is available. You already know my file is available under this folder Java batch 32. Okay. What is our first step? The first step is go to the path where your file is available. Command, two stages. The first stage is compilation. Java C space my program name typecasting.java. Press enter. Does not give any error. Java space typecasting. A value 3, B value 3.0. Everyone clear? Now, this is called widening conversion. Widening means expanding. The lower data type values are converted into higher automatically. Is there any problem? 3 is converted into 3.0? Not a problem. That means we does not lose any information. Remember this point. Widening conversion means this topic is very important. Anybody have any doubt at this topic? Immediately ask me. Why? Because very important. So if you doesn't lose any information at the time of conversion, that conversion is done automatically. Here you are not doing anything. Yes or no? You are not doing anything. Simply we assign the value, the conversion is happened. Exactly. Now you got the remaining point. What is the remaining point? Reverse process. For example, Assume a variable float a is equal to 3.4 f. Always remember, for floating point number, you need to prefix suffix with f. Now, into b is equal to a. Now, the value of a is assigned to b. Simple logic. B hold only integer value. Now, what is the value of b? 3 only. That means we are losing some information. 0.4 information is lost. This is not possible directly. Why? The higher is converted into lower. Suppose if you want to convert an integer into long, not a problem. But long into integer, why? Assume both are integers. That is, both are whole numbers. Long size is 8 bytes. Long size is 8 bytes, so it needs 64 bits. Int size is 4 bytes, only 32 bits. That means this 32 bit of information is lost or not? The worst case. Exactly. Now go to the program. Now go to the program. Here I will write down in comments. So comments, double slash is used to represent a single line comment. Widening conversion. Widening conversion. Suppose instead of this one, I am using complete close. Instead of deleting, I completely close this one. Star slash. That is, this is called multi-line comment. That means double slash. If you are using double slash means that is single line comment. That is called single line comment. Only one line is not executed. If you are writing between slash to star and star slash, the entire part is not executed. That is, system does not take this value. System does not take this value. Here, what I am doing? I am creating a variable float a is equal to 3.4 f. Now, into some b is equal to a. Here I am printing the values of a and b. You are getting the point? Instead of writing comments, already I have the values. I am printing the values. Now, we are trying to convert a float into integer. It gives an error. Check the program. Execute. That is, compile the program. Understand the error. Incompatible types, possibly the lossy conversion from float to int. So exactly we gave the same point, loss of information. For that, what to do? What to do? We need to convert explicitly. Explicitly means user how to convert by using this one, target data type. A variable 1, variable 2. That means variable 2 is converted into this data type. That is, this statement is written as b is equal to a is the float. Now a is converted into which data type? Integer. So b is equal to int of a. B is equal to int of a, then we are converting explicitly. We are converting explicitly. Suppose for your future, I will write down in comments. It gives error. It gives error. Now, what is the statement? B is equal to int of a. So even though we lost the information, compulsory losing the information, but that is done manually. See this one, we are not getting any error. We lost the information of 0.4, but that is done manually. This is called typecasting, converting one data type into another data type. Clear? So generally, if in case of losing the information, we are using within brackets the target data type. If there is no loss of information means ignore that one. No loss of information means ignore that one. Now, one sample program. Here, you completed this program, student details and percentage. So, same program, simple program. Here, apply this one. At the time of calculating average, actually what we are doing, total by 6. But not a problem. Suppose I already given one assignment. Suppose the assignment is M1, M2, M3. Assume some M6, 6 subject marks. We are calculating the total. Now your question is, what is the average formula? Average is equal to total by 6. Yes or no? Average is equal to total by 6. In this, in this, assume my total is some 180. For example, assume my total is 181. My total is 181. Now, 181 by 6. What is the answer? 30 only, not points. Remember the division operator, if the numerator is integer, denominator is also integer. If both are integers, the result is also an integer. The division is performed like this: 630s are 180, and we are getting the remainder. Okay. If at least one, either numerator or denominator, if at least one is the floating point number, then you are getting the answer. At least one is the floating point number. Then what I am doing? Average is equal to float of total by 6. Now total is converted into float. You are getting my point? That means not only to convert higher into lower, this is also another case. If you want to change the data type at any particular point, initially I declare total as an integer. The last program you had completed, initially total as integer, but my aim is right now if you want to change the total into float, now you are getting what is the typecasting clear? Anybody have doubts? Okay. Now, oh, second. So total means float of total means here what is the number? The number is 181.0. The number automatically 181 converts into 181.0. Okay. Now my data types are completed. Now,
Sorry for interrupting.
yes,
Actually,
please.
I have one doubt. Yeah, just now you said that narrowing, sorry, widening is nothing but conversion of data type from lower to higher, right?
Yes.
But here it's considered on based on value, right? Not on data type. It means I can say float and it both carries 4 bytes.
Okay. So even okay, you are getting
It's,
the point. Okay, the right is lower data type to higher data type. That is right. But not only data type, it also consider the value also. That means integer 4 bytes, float also 4 bytes. That is your doubt. Sir, 4 bytes, 4 bytes, both are equal. Means even though those are equal, but yet not only the size, it also consider the value. Okay.
yeah, thank you, sir.
Yes. Sorry. Now, my first topic is completed. What is my first topic? Actually, this is the first topic, primitive data types. By using this primitive data type, you are in a position to write a simple program. Simple program. Now, level by level, we are moving. Second. Now, under this primitive data types, so clear. After that, typecasting. This is clear. Simply Up to day 3, simple things. Up to day 3, simple things. Now we are moving to very, very important. Why? Because from now onwards, we entered into object-oriented programming. Already I entered. How I am creating a class. If you are using a class means you already entered, but I will move in detail. Object-oriented programming. My first topic is related to class and object. First, I am moving the entire concept related to class and object. Approximately, it takes 10 days. Approximately, it takes 7 to 10 days for completing all the class object concepts. After that, I will move to the remaining things. First of all, class. What is mean by a class? You already know the definition. Class is a structured layout or a blueprint which is used to generate objects. A class have two types. We have two types of class. One is a predefined class. One question, one second. Command prompt, why it is used, I cannot understand. So command prompt is used for executing the program. Actually, if you are using any predefined IDE, so like Eclipse is one IDE. If you are using any predefined IDE, no need to use the command prompt. Here we are following the basic procedure. That means we are writing the program in the notepad. Whenever you are writing the program in notepad, whether it is a Python or Java, C++, we would like to execute the program by using command prompt only. So that is the procedure. Okay. Now, coming to classes, we have two types of classes. One is a predefined class. Second one is user-defined class. Okay. From now onwards, from today's session onwards, concentrate carefully. I entered to the complete object-oriented programming. Predefined class, user-defined class. What is the difference? Predefined. That means some classes that are already defined. The classes that are already defined. Simply, we can use the information present in the class. We no need to write any logic. Simply, you can use any one example. Anyone give one example of predefined class? You know two examples. Exactly. I got one answer. That is string. In the last class, I explained string is not a data type. String is a predefined class. S is the capital letter. Any other one? System. So many number right now you know two predefined classes. One is the string, second one is system dot out dot println. There system is the predefined class. Now predefined means the methods, the information that are available in the classes are used directly. Now user defined. So one student give answer int no. Int is a data type. Remember, int is a primitive data type. All classes are, remember, class is a non-primitive data type. So I will move non-primitive. Class is a non-primitive. User-defined classes means the classes defined by the user according to user requirement. Defined by the user according to user requirement. Okay. For example, typecasting, data types, those are two user-defined classes. My first definition is completed. I will share the content, no problem. So predefined classes right now also you know only these things, user defined classes. Now coming to class, here I already explained how we are moving. A class consists of variable, a class consists of method, A class consists of blocks. A class consists of constructors. These are our topics. That means that is the reason I said this concept is covered 9 to 10 days. First, coming to variables. Coming to variables. We already know the general definition of variable. Now, these variables are also divided into two types based on the type. So, one is primitive data type variable. So, this is the important interview question. Why means this is primitive data type variable. Primitive data type variable. Why I am stressing this point means a primitive data type variables are single valued variables. That means the variable hold only a single value. I already said. Now this one. Second category is non-primitive data type variable. Your assumption is it stores multiple values. That is not the concept. The concept is the primitive data type variable refer a value. Int a is equal to 5. 5 is the value or not? 5 is the value or not? Non-primitive data types refers the object. Right now you don't know object. Remember, non-primitive data type variables consists of object references. That is the difference. A value is different to an object. So here int a is equal to 5. In this, A is a primitive data of type variable which refer the value 5. Now, string S is equal to ABC. Here, S is called an object. S is called an object, not a normal variable. It refers the address where the ABC is located. Okay, I will give you the execution in detail, memory flow. First, note down the basic points. So now you are getting the differences primitive and non-primitive. What is the next point? Static. Only this static covers my 50% of this topic. That is variables, constructors, blocks, methods. Everything depends on static. If you understand the concept of static, we will move to the next topic. You are unable to understand the static, we are in the same position. That much important. Remember, what is a static? Based on the static, the variables are divided into two types. Based on static, the variables are divided into two types. One is static variable. Everyone concentrate this half an hour. Second one is non-static variable. Okay, based on the static keyword, you don't know static, assume we have a keyword static. Based on the static keyword, variables are divided into two types. One is static variable, second one is non-static variable. Okay, assume a class sample, a class sample. Here, how to create a static variable? Static int a is equal to sum2. Before the declaration, if you are using the keyword, then that variable becomes automatically a static variable. Suppose int or some float b is equal to some 3.4. Here this b is called a non-static variable. Clear? So before the declaration, if you are using static keyword, that variable is called static variable. If you are not using static keyword, that is called non-static variable. Now, based on the static keyword, methods are also divided into two types. First of all, what is mean by a method? We will discuss in detail method later. Right now, I will give you basic syntax. What is a method? A Java program, a class is compulsory. Within the class, we are writing the method. Method is simply to perform some action. For example, first I will write down one program. Everyone know what is the basic program? Addition of two numbers. From this, you will understand the entire logic. Class addition, class addition, public, static, void, main, string args of everything is interrelated. If you want to know methods, compulsory you want to know variables. Assume int a is equal to sum 2 comma b is equal to sum 4. Okay, here just so I am creating two variables, a comma b, both are integer variables, both are integer variables. Clear? Now this logic is implemented. Now, generally, you are writing the logic. C is equal to A plus B. System dot out dot println. So, the addition C. This is my program. Successful. Program is executed successfully. No problem. We are getting the answer at 6. Now, the question is here. Everything is written. Sorry, successful means you are getting error. This one. Here, everything is written inside the main method. Main is the method. Main is the method. Now you got it? Whatever the action, whatever the logic, whatever the task that we want to do, that is written inside a method. Remember, not only main, we can define our own methods also. We are moving on, we will discuss. So right now, you are getting the point. Method is simply to perform an action. Method is used to perform an action. Now, coming to this one, I am not using this program. Okay. My program is class demo static one. Assume here I am writing a program related to variables. Related to, where is this one? This one. Here demo static one. Within this program, static int a is equal to 2. For example, int b is equal to 4. Now my program consists of two variables. One is the static variable and another one is the non-static variable. Now you have to know one more point. Why? Because everything is interrelated. So that is the reason I said concentrate this half an hour. Finally, you will get the conclusion. Object. What is an object? Object is an instance of a class. Object is an instance of a class. What is mean by instance? A class consists of some variable. If you want that variable with some value, we are using object. Suppose here I am first. What is the syntax? The syntax for creating an object is class name, obj, any name. Here you can give any name. That is the name of the object is equal to new class name of. Here this is the syntax for creating an object. Okay. Now I am creating the basic definition of an object. Now consider the program class, any class name, sample. Here static int a is equal to 2, float some b is equal to 3.4. Here I am not writing these two things inside the main. You observe that one? Here I am not writing inside the main. That is, what is the point? No need to write everything inside the main. We have the facility to write outside the main, but that is compulsory inside the class only. Public static void main. Within this main you are writing something. Now the first question. So you remember some points. Variable concept you remember. How to create a class, how to create an object. Based on all these things, finally I will explain the conclusion. Now always your execution starts from fixed. Your execution starts from main method only. Even though you are writing any statements before main, that is not considered. Always your execution starts from main. From the main only we are accessing the remember. Okay, my execution start here. Here we have a statement within this main method. Remember, within this main method we are creating an object. By using this object we can access these members. Now understand syntax. Here I am writing a class with some members. Here I have a main method. Now if you want to use these members here, you got the point? If you want to use these members here, directly not possible. How it is possible? We are accessing the members by using an object. By using object only, we can access. So within the main, first to create an object. By using that object, we are accessing the value A, we are accessing the value B. Now coming to the program, I removed everything. Now within this class, static int a is equal to sum2. Static int a is equal to sum2. Float sum b is equal to 2.3f. Float sum b is equal to 2.3f. Now this is called a static variable. This is called non-static variable. Okay, clear. Within the main method, first step is, here I will write down comment, create object. Without an object, it is not possible to access anything that is present outside of the main method. Again, I am repeating the statement. Every statement, that is every program, starts its execution from the main method only. Within the main method, if you want to access anything that is present outside the main, you need to create an object. What is the class name? Demo static 1. Class name space OB. The name is your wish. Object name is your wish. New demo static 1. Now what happens inside? I will explain tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I will explain in detail with memory. Right now understand only. Now by using this OB, we can access the members. That is, these information are accessed. Simply I am printing the information. System.out.println A is equal to plus OB dot A. Actually, that is wrong. But right now, remember OB dot A. So, object name dot A. Now, system dot out dot println B is equal to plus OB dot B. OB dot B. Okay. So you are getting the point. How do we are accessing? We can access any members by using object name dot member. Now save the program. Demo static 1 dot Java. Save and go to the command prompt, execute the program Java C demo static 1 dot Java. Now, Java demo static 1. We are getting the answers, yes or no? The program is successful, but actually we do some mistake. So this is the mistake, but I will explain later. What is the mistake? I will explain. So right now this statement is clear. What is my intention right now? Creation of an object. Up to now we discussed how to create a class. Here my thing is how to create an object and how the members. Generally these are called members. How do we access the members? The members are accessed by using object name. By using that object name. Okay. Now there is this one. What is the mistake in that program? Okay. The mistake is if you are using static keyword. Okay. The static members, even though it gives correct, but originally the static members are not accessed by using object. The static members are not accessed by using object. The static members are accessed by using class name. The static members are accessed by using class name. Now, most of the students, I think, get confused. No problem. By the end of today or by the end of tomorrow session, you will get the complete picture. Not a problem. Try to understand. Now, OB instead of object, how can we access a static member? Class name demo static one. Yes, sir, confused. Yes, I know. 100% the topic is very confusing. 100% the topic is very confusing. Wait for one more day. By the end of tomorrow, you will know 100%. Why? Because without knowing, it is not possible to move to the next topic. So, wait for by the end of tomorrow. Only 2 sessions. Okay. Now the static member are accessed to demo static one dot a. Go to the command prompt, execute, no error. So we are getting exact answers. Now, see this one. Class. By this example, I will close class demo static one. Within the class, I create a variable static int a. Just I declare the variable without any value. Suppose int b. I declare the variable without any value. Clear? Now, public static void main string args of within the main. Here I am creating an object. Demo static one. Some object name is equal to new demo static one. That means what happened? Some memory, approximately rough memory. In depth, I will explain later. Rough memory, a memory is created for object OB1. Remember, a memory is created for object OB1. Okay. Now, you are remembering the important thing is if you are declared a variable as a static variable, that variable is not stored inside this object memory. Inside this object memory that have some separate memory is available. Assume the memory name is some class area. Assume the memory name is class area. All static members are allocated in this memory. All non-static members, the memory is allocated in the some object area. Right now, remember 2 points. What are the 2 points? One is class area. Second one is object area. All static, this is fixed, not defined me. The Java developer fixed all static members. the memory is allocated in class area or non-static members, the memory is allocated in object area. Clear? Now, initially, whenever that class, first the main statement is executed. Yes or no? Automatically, what is the first step? The class is loaded. Yes or no? First, the class is loaded. Whenever the class is loaded, for this static variable, the memory is allocated. Yes or no? Memory is allocated with the default value 0. Here you are not given any value, the default value 0. Now, this statement is executed. No. Whenever a object is created, generally, after creating an object, then this one is executed. After creating an object, then this is executed. Within this one, some variable b is created with a default value 0. Now see this one. OB1 dot B is equal to 2. What is the meaning? For object 1, I given B value as 2. Suppose demo static 1 dot A is equal to some 5. Why? This is the static variable. Where the static variable is available? The static variable is available inside the class. So we are accessing by using class name. B is the non-static. It is available inside this. So we are accessing by using object. Now A value is updated to 5. Now clear? Some are better. Assume here I am creating another variable, sorry, another object. For a class, you can create any number of objects. For this, what happened? Again, a memory is created, OB2, with this B value. Some OB2 dot B is equal to 3. Yes or no? For this, a separate memory is created. Now, get the point. I will write down the program. By this, you are getting the complete idea. Create two objects, demo, static 1, object name is some OB2 is equal to new demo static 1 now. What is the very important point? All static members, the memory is allocated inside the class. All non-static members, the memory is allocated inside the object. The memory is allocated inside the object. Suppose system dot first you need to assign the value. I am removing this one. For your understanding, I am removing all this one. Okay. For example, into B is into B. Variable type, whatever the variable, not a problem. Now, OB1 dot, assume the object name is OB1. OB1 dot B is equal to some 3. OB1 dot B is equal to some 3. Demo static 1 dot A is equal to some 10. Now, system dot out dot println. I am printing some message object 1 details. For your understanding, I am printing some message object 1 details. So, under object 1 details, demo static 1 dot A, OB 1 dot B. Now, exactly object to 2 details OB2 dot B. Here you are given some value OB2 dot B is equal to some 5. Now you are getting the point. Object 1 memory is created. Within that memory, B value is 3. Object 2 separate memory is created. Within that one, B value is equal to 5. Now, a static is created that is stored inside the class. Now, save this one, run this program. See this one, object 1 details A value 10, B value 3. Object 2 details A value 10, B value 5. What is the meaning? Static members are present inside the class. All the variables, all the members uses the same information. Now you got the point? Now I got one message. What is that one? Separate to you write your course or confuse your comment line mixed to write the program. Okay. Okay, I said already. So by the end of tomorrow, you will get the clear idea. Why? Because everything must and should be written in a single program. Then only we will understand. Creation of multiple objects. How to access a object variable. How to access a static variable like this. Okay. Now, my basic program is completed. My basic program is completed. Now, explain again. No problem. Wait for 1 minute. I will explain one thing. Remember, wait for the tomorrow session also. By the end of tomorrow session, you will get the complete picture. Why? Because static is not a simple topic. So today's session and tomorrow's session, both are interrelated. Both are interrelated. Oh, mostly in the tomorrow within half an hour, I will cover the topic. Okay. After that, I will make the connection between these two topics. Then you will understand very clearly. Suppose even here I am repeated some 10 number of times. It is very difficult to understand. Very difficult to understand. Why? In the sense, you need, suppose I will show you, you need to know this thing, this diagram. Once you understand this diagram, then only you will get the complete picture. Without knowing this diagram, it is not possible to understand. It is not possible to understand. Okay. This is my topic. Again, so no problem. I will repeat within 5 minutes. The variable is completed, not fully completed, not fully completed. Remember, based on, here I will write down one point, static, within 5 minutes. Based on static keyword, variables are divided into two types. One is static variable, second one is non-static variable. Remember, a static variable will will get memory inside the class. A non-static variable will get memory inside the object, that means now a program can have any number of, program in the sense a class. For a class, you can create any number of objects. One single program can have any number of objects. There is no restriction. Okay. Now, based on this one, I written a program. What is my program? Class demo static one. Assume my program consists of only this variable, no static. Assume my program consists of this variable. Now, anything is present outside the main method. Anything is present outside the main method. We are accessing that method, that information by using an object. Blindly follow. Outside the method, we are accessing by using an object. Now, here for this class, I am creating object OB1, demo static 1 OB is equal to, and I am creating object 2. That means within a program, this is assume, this is the class memory. This is the class memory. And this is object memory. This is object memory. For which object? OB1. This is object memory for OB2. Why? Because each and every object have separate memory is created. Now, if you are writing OB1 dot A is equal to OB1 dot A is equal to some 3. Whenever this statement is happened, within OB1 memory, A is equal to 3 is assigned. Suppose OB2 dot A is equal to sum 4. Within this memory, A is equal to 4 is assigned. That means, so different number of students, each student have their own roll number. Each and every object have separate memory is available. Now, this is clear. I think this program is clear. Now, for this, I am using a variable static into some b. So, I got one question. What is the situation to use stat? For example, assume this is a student class. The student class consists of what are the parameters? Roll number, name, branch. Now, I am created three objects S1, S2, S3. Student 1 roll number is 1. Student 2 roll number 2. Student 3 roll number 3. Okay. Name ABC, XYZ to some ABC. Now coming to branch. Student 1 branch CSC. Student 2 branch CSC. Student 3 branch CSC. Or else we have a field college. All the students have same college. Now you are getting, if more than one object is available, if all the objects have same information, such type of variables are created as a static. Suppose static int b. Here A and A, the memory is allocated inside the object. So we are accessing object name dot A. Where the memory for B is allocated? Inside the class. So if it is present inside the class, then we are accessing demo static 1 dot b is equal to sum 5. Now b is assigned with a value 5. This ob1, the value is 5. ob2, the value is 5. That means more than one object, we are wants to use the same information, create that one as static. Now, at least 50%, is it okay? At least 50%? Yes. Okay. I think based on this last topic, at least 50 or 50, approximately even 75%. No problem. Again, tomorrow we will move to static methods. Once we are understanding the static methods and this diagram, then you will understand very, very clearly, not a problem. So before that one, again watch this recorded video carefully before coming to the next session. Mainly concentrate on the program and this last 5 minutes topic. Okay. Any doubts, please ask me. You also, any doubts? Okay. Okay. Thank you for the today's session. I will close that one. Thank you very much.